You know how to do half light? Just press it down and hold it down until it reaches where you need it to go.
It looks like 30 years old.
The top of it.
Waterfall.
I can see his baby.
Oh, that's good enough. Bravo. Well done.
Stop clapping. It's not funny yet.
Hang on. Okay, on stage, give it up for Jake.
Hey everyone.
Hello. Hi.
How many freestylers does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know. How many?
Just one, but it'll take them until a week and a half past the deadline. So how about that last act?
Yeah.
I wrote this script before knowing the order, so I hope the last act was good. All right, enough noodling. You probably already know what I'm going to talk about, because it's the only thing that I ever talk about. The yearbook.
No,
Yes.
you.
I will be talking about the yearbook. Yes. I'm finally done with it, and it only dropped like 3 letter grades in digital media because of it. Oh yes, the yearbook has pervaded so much of my life that even though it's done, it's all I can think about. It's kind of like when you have a loved one that dies. I'll be reading something funny online, and I'll be like, that's really funny. Hey, yearbook, did you see this? So, how do you cope with the loss of a loved one? Well, you make fun of the people that killed them. Obviously. All right, I swear, you guys. If I sent out a form asking how you wanted to be executed, you would fill it out the day of the execution. But your procrastination was not the worst part. One of the things I asked from you was quotes for senior superlatives. I have to say, a lot of them were really nice to read. Many of you had some really thought-provoking quotes about love, teamwork, friendship, art, that kind of thing. And then some of you just had nonsense. I'm not gonna say who submitted this specific quote, but I thought I should just read it aloud, just so you can have just a tiny little glimpse of what it was like, all right? And I directly quote, "An extremely credible source has called my office and told me that Barack Obama's birth certificate is a fraud." That is in the yearbook. I think easily the most bewildering experience I had with the senior quotes came from Emma. When she initially submitted the form, she just put, "I'll get back to you on that one" for the quote. So later I asked her about it and she said, "Oh yeah, I'll figure that out later." All right, I guess she's busy doing like whatever Emma things. So a few weeks passed and I asked her again. "Oh, I'm still thinking about it, I'll let you know." All right. Okay, so then a few more weeks pass, and then like 3 days before the yearbook deadline, I reach out to her again. "Hey Emma, I really need that senior quote now." This time she says, "Okay, I've got it. Hey." I'm not kidding. H-E-Y, hey. It took her 2 months to come up with that. And then I ask her if she's sure, and she goes, "Apparently I say hey in a really particular way." Okay, so you guys do know what that's about. You guys know what that means? What does that mean? Wait, would you mind demonstrating?
Hey.
Is that what it is? All right. How was I supposed to communicate that in text form?
Put a QR code and have it an audio.
All right, enough about the yearbook. As those of you who have checked the freestyle website in the last month and a half, which is probably like none of you know, I made a poster for the exhibition that's happening this Thursday. Yeah. Okay, and there's a funny story behind it. It was one of those like Mr. Flow commissions, you know the ones, where it's like kind of first come, first serve, and the best one wins. Right, so anyone can apply to do it, and the best one gets selected. And that's what I thought too. Because after I submitted my design, I looked on the freestyle site, and right in the middle, front and center, there's a poster by Annie Marcelino. And I'm like, who? Why isn't it my poster? This one isn't as good is mine. So I checked the commission email, and then I realized I submitted mine late. And then I think, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. She submitted hers on time, it's my fault. And then a few days later, I checked the freestyle site again, and then it shows my poster. Why isn't it Annie's? She actually submitted hers on time. So then a day later, Annie and I both get an email from Mr. Flo, and he says he's gonna print both of our posters, and we have to hang them up. So what ensues is the two of us competing for space on the Mountain View High School cork boards, and both of us taking each other's posters down and replacing them with our own. Okay, but this is the best part. Later, Annie sends me an email proclaiming me her arch nemesis. If that isn't the most freestyle thing anyone has ever done, I don't know what is. I never expected to have an arch nemesis, much less be notified about it via school email. Okay, this part of the script is a last-minute addition because I recently did something really funny. It's actually kind of a shame that no AM kids are here right now because they would get a lot more out of this than you would. Anyway, last Friday, early in the morning before ditch day, I left an oven near the entrance to Freestyle.
Oh, yeah.
Did any of you see that?
Yeah.
Mr. Rico, I know you
I
saw
have
it.
that exact same oven at home.
There was
No
an oven outside.
way.
The Gen Air way.
Well, did you look at that? Yeah, and it was like a nice oven. It was cast iron, it was fully functional, it's the works, right? Mr. Flo didn't find it as funny as I did. Because apparently, you're not supposed to bring kitchen appliances to school. and I think the funniest part of this story is that I was the one that brought it up to him, just because I was like really proud of myself. On Saturday, when we were setting up prom, I asked him, like, Mr. Flo, did you move the oven? He slowly looks up at me and says, yeah, you're actually in big trouble for that. And then I say, well, how do you know it was me? And then he says, I had to check the CCTV footage. And I think that's just a really funny mental image to me. I'm just imagining Mr. Flo sat down on his desk, looking at footage of me hauling an oven out of my trunk and like shoving it. I had to like shimmy it. Like shoving it across the whole Mountain View parking lot, and then just thinking to himself, I don't get paid enough to do this job. I kind of think that he didn't actually check any footage, and he was just saying that because the instant he came to work in the morning and saw an oven at the front gate, he just kind of knew it was me. Sorry, Mr. All right, that's all the time I have. Thank you guys so much. Influences, right? Okay. To be honest, I mean, this was kind of just like stream of consciousness. I kind of just wrote what I knew. But the influences I put in the Mr. Greco assignment were Scott the Woz. I don't know if any of you have heard of him. He's a YouTuber. He's very sarcastic and kind of self-deprecating. And Vsauce, which is actually an educational YouTube channel, so that says a lot about me. He's also quite sarcastic and self-deprecating and kind of nonchalant in his humor delivery. I tried to sort of convey that in my stand-up, so I hope it worked. Thank you all.
Please stay up there and you can keep your mic to field questions and comments.
Oh, of course, yes. Emma.
I would like to note that you did make me change the senior quote from the single hay.
Yeah, she changed it to a quote from SpongeBob.
You should have spelled it H-A-Y, just for the fun of it.
Yeah, maybe. Is he?
What prompted you to bring the oven to freestyle?
It starts and ends with, I thought it would be funny.
So you should know that I didn't check the CCTV. The district office people did. We're talking like the number, the assistant superintendent who's in charge of all facilities.
Oh my god.
Fair enough. Amanda.
If it wasn't, where's your oven? Is it your oven?
No, it wasn't my oven. Like, I didn't uproot my entire family and just take it applied to
Whose
everything.
oven is it?
I found it on the side of the road. Actually, no. My friend found it on the side of the road, and they said, wouldn't it be funny? So I was like, yeah, what if we put it in at my school? So I had them help me drag it across the parking lot. I had an accomplice. Mr. Flo can attest to that. Or the district office can. Satan?
I think you have a very good ability to improvise between like the written material that you already have. Like even now, like with answering questions, you're able to think on your feet in a very entertaining and fun way. And I think everyone can agree. Like it was very fun, very enjoyable.
Thank you very much. I try. Yeah, you guys don't know how much of that I improvised. It could just be chicken scratch on that paper.
That's
Anybody
true.
else?
I think,
Well, Camilla knows.
okay, I really think that this stand-up act is probably the most polished and professional stand-up act ever. I've said that in the past. You've got only a few people who've said that in the past. I have given that compliment before, but
You did better than
you
that.
have just overall, like from the way you dressed to your tone and variation in your voice, the way you wrote your jokes and were able to go off script a little bit, and to kind of move with the audience, even through the Q&A session, you really could do this as a career if you wanted to do professional stand-up, in my opinion.
That's so cool. I wanted to note for the record, the reason I'm so well dressed, this is half of a Walter White cosplay. That is not a joke. Ask Sky about it.
So, I know you put a lot of work into creating this, but you also have kind of a natural ability to do this. And I think everybody knows that because your humor is very, we all know your humor, your sense of humor very, very well. And so you do have like a quick wit about you, and that serves a stand-up comedian really well.
I appreciate that very much. Did Aramis have a question?
Kind of.
Go on.
When is it gonna happen?
Yeah,
Pardon?
what is gonna happen?
What is it?
I'm not gonna do it.
Promise, get up there!
For the sake of Jake's health, I'm not doing so well. Like I think I'm a little bit sick. So for the sake of his health,
Just do it for us!
I mean, it's fine, whatever. I've been sick before.
I don't have a mint.
I don't need a real
Actually, Aramis, I have mints.
Don't worry about it.
We're definitely off.
Okay, very
Go,
okay,
go,
very
go,
good.
go!
Oh my god, oh my god!
You're okay with this, man. Okay. Side profile.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Aramis. You slide on. Can I go now?